sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on a Tuesday. Brody's back. Carp's out. Jay-Z is here. And, Bodie, I talk all the time about how, during the breaks, if people could hear what we were talking about, how we could sell that as content. I would say what you and I were just talking about for the last 10 minutes might be the least interesting stuff to our listeners.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I almost fell asleep listening to you guys.
JC, thank you. We appreciate
what's going on here. Why are we doing this?
Yes.
It could be exciting. Should be, hopefully, eventually.
Yes.
But, yeah, as far as, exciting just to hear the conversation of it.
Technical back end of things is
sweet. Conversation.
So that's how the cake gets made.
We were reading an instructional manual right there. Is all we were doing. Yeah. So
press here.
Yes, it was like an IKEA. IKEA's instructions.
Yeah, there you go.
Kind of bit there. But thank you so much for tuning in today, folks. Like I say, it's Jay-Z, it's me, it's Bodie. Morning Juice, sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin. 2 hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, HD3, Twitter, and Facebook. Catch the show from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Download the podcast anywhere and everywhere you get your audio. Big show lined up for you today. We will have Bob Harig, the author, on at 7:20. He's out at the PGA Championship. He just wrote a book, Tiger v. Jack. What was the movie? It was a Porsche v. Ferrari, Ferrari v. Porsche. What was that one? Was that what it was? A Ford?
Ford and Ferrari,
Yeah. So that's not that. Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I'm sure I will at some point.
I'll see this one when it comes out. The Tiger versus Jack.
Give me the audiobook. But Bob Harig wrote that book, though, and so we'll talk to him about that and what he was able to uncover, kind of his thoughts on that. What else have we got? Some NFL talk, that's for sure. That's every day. The last night, Guardians beat the Angels 7-2. Second of the 3-game set is tonight at 6:10 in Cleveland. Reds were off. They host the Nationals tonight at 6:40 for the first of 3 after that vicious losing streak.
Well, they're almost on a winning streak now if they get one this week.
Cincinnati.
They got 2. One more.
Is Reds hot? How about that? They'll play tonight at 6:40. The Reds try to make it 3 in a row. Game 4 last night, Cavs over the Pistons, 112-103. Donovan Mitchell, 43 points. He
39 in the second half, too.
That's amazing.
I mean, I looked at that and said, he only had 4 in the first half?
4 in the first half,
what's going on there?
Yes. Tied Sleepy Floyd. Eric Sleepy Floyd. I don't know if Sleepy's a good nickname.
He was so cool. He was just so cool, calm, collected,
Yeah, he scored 39 in the second half. Golden State, Sleepy Floyd did that against the Lakers back in 87. Mitchell had a chance to break the record, missed a free throw. 27.6 seconds remaining. Series tied 2-2. Game 5 is in Detroit tomorrow night. We'll talk about LeBron James later on too. They lost. They got swept. We'll do some of that in quick hitters. But first, though, welcome back, Bodie. We're going to load your plate up and make me smarter.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Well, not really. It's Bodie.
All right,
Rose.
fellas. Happy Tuesday. Get my sheet pulled up here. May 12th, 2026, the 132nd day of the year. We have 233 days left until 2027. Starting with some events. In 1926, on this date, airship Norge is the first vessel to fly over the North Pole, led by Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen and piloted by the craft's Italian designer Umberto Noble. They were up there looking for Santa Claus. Still haven't found him. On this date in 1949, an early crisis of the Cold War comes to an end when the Soviet Union lifts an 11-month blockade against West Berlin. On this date in 1955, some baseball here. Sam Jones becomes the first African-American pitcher to throw a no-hitter in Major League Baseball history as he leads the Cubs to a 4-0 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates. A bit of music here. On this date in 1967, the Jimi Hendrix Experience releases their debut album, Are You Experienced?
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
There you go.
He was just
Head
biting his tongue
over
over there.
I'm telling you right now. that was not
Respecting the
easy.
vote, though. I respect that out of you, Tito. A little bit more baseball here. On this date in 1970, Ernie Banks hits his 500th home run.
Jarvis fires away. That's a fly ball deep to left. Back. That's it. Hey, he did it. Ernie Banks got number 500. A line drive shot into the seats and left. The ball tossed in the bullpen. Everybody on your feet. This is it. Whee! Ernie Banks off Pat Jarvis, May 12, 1970. Second inning against the Atlanta Braves. There's the ball.
That's
No bias in that call.
that's always a lie when they say
a little Jim Lachey there.
it did. Yeah, right. Yes, you're right. Let's go. When an announcer says everyone's on their feet, I promise you, everyone's not on their feet.
No,
There's somebody sitting down. There's at least one person. So don't ever tell me everyone's on their feet.
Nope.
I think that's a fair call,
Yes.
unfortunately. To the basketball world, because on this date back in 1974, the Boston Celtics won their 12th NBA championship with a 102-87 win over the Milwaukee Bucks. Honda, the Buckeye, John Havlicek wins Finals MVP on that one. Some music here on this date in 1984. Lionel Richie's "Hello" begins a 2-week run atop the Billboard Hot 100.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes.
Have you ever seen the video for that?
I think I did when I cut it up, but this was admittedly a few days ago, so I don't really remember.
And it's been years if I have.
He is singing about a girl who is blind. And her hands or her
So
eyes.
so she is looking for something.
Yes.
Just sight in
Which is very
general,
funny.
I'd
He'll
say.
be looking for. Yes, that's
Yeah.
also very
Bad.
ironic there. Kind of mean, if you ask me, mean spirited. But
I
at the
would
end of
agree.
it, she has made a sculpture, if you will, of his head, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
But she's blind.
Well.
Like everything, even like the curls, and everything is perfect about it. It was just a creepy to me.
Well, your senses, they say,
Yeah. They say.
rise when you lose one, right? Like Daredevil. And so.
Oh, golly, Daredevil.
I'm just.
I don't know if
saying.
she was out fighting crime like he is, but
There was also a band
sculptor.
called the Jeff Healey Band, and he was blind singing it, and he said about this girl, "I could see the angel in your eyes" or something like that. And I'm like, "Can you?"
But really?
His angel eyes, but yeah, something along those lines.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, I know. It just seems a little weird.
1 year later, well, I should say 2 days ago, the New York Knicks advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals for a second straight year. But all the way back on this date in 1985, that frozen envelope, excuse me, for the first time ever, the New York Knicks were awarded the first overall pick as they win the first ever NBA draft lottery. And they used this to select the big fella and the future Hall of Famer out of Georgetown, Mr. Patrick Ewing.
The second pick in the 1985 NBA draft goes to the Indiana Pacers.
The horseshoe works. Basketball is back in New York City, my friends.
Have the first pick in the 1985 NBA college draft.
As you can imagine, this is a
Thank you,
New
ladies
York
and gentlemen.
crowd
Congratulations
here at the
to all.
Waldorf Astoria. And I don't think David Busher believes it yet. Well, maybe he does by now. He's got the card, and
Lenny?
I think he's in shock.
We know differently, and here's David Stern with the announcement.
Pick, select Patrick Ewing.
Hold up. Did they just go from.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Man, that was quick. That was a quick 10 minutes.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah,
They made that pick real fast.
there are times when the ping pong balls go your way, and celebrating like that as soon as you win it is
Yeah.
worth it.
Oh, yeah.
And that was definitely one of those times.
Who was the next big guy in that draft? Does anybody know? So
I
Ewing
will
went
say,
first.
I know I was looking at it the other day, and
I just didn't know
the
if it
next
was like
few
one of those
picks
classes
were
weren't anything
it
that
wasn't
jumped
like
out at you.
2, 3, 4. Like, oh well, hey, it was. So
like
Patrick Ewing went
or-
first. I'm going to read off some names here. I've never really heard of most of these guys, honestly. Wayman Tisdale went second overall
Went
to
to
the
Oklahoma
Pacers.
to Pacers, yep.
Benoit Benjamin went
Bust.
third overall to the Clippers.
Yeah, he got fat and drugs and all that stuff. And he was gone.
Okay, well, other than that, Xavier McDaniel went fourth overall to Seattle.
He was
John
good.
Koncak went fifth overall to Atlanta. I mean, you have to get down at least to, which a lot of these guys played a lot of years, but
Mullen went
admittedly,
seventh, Hall of Famer.
And then Detlef Schrempf went eighth, Charles Oakley ninth, to Cleveland. Karl Malone went 13th to Utah.
Well, yeah,
there's some players in there.
Talented basketball player.
That's all we're going to say.
He had other shortcomings in life that maybe some poor decision making, I guess you would say.
Yes.
AC Green, 23rd overall. Most consecutive games played, I think it is, right?
As a virgin.
Well, some of them, right? Maybe not all of them.
No, they were. I think he was a virgin. I think he was.
Okay.
I think he.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, I think he was.
You got to, you know.
The opposite of Karl
something
Malone.
or you won't.
Right?
Jeez, yeah. I guess so. I guess you're not wrong on that one. Some movies, on this one here, and on this date in 1994, Pulp Fiction, starring John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, makes its premiere. How about this one? I saw this the other day, and I checked a couple different websites to make sure this is correct because I don't remember this. Not that at the age of 11 I was super locked into this sort of thing probably, but on this date in 2008, an earthquake measuring around an 8.0 magnitude occurs over in China, kills 69,000 people. I do not remember that, but my goodness, that is just absolutely awful. Over 69,000 people dying in an earthquake there.
That was in 2008?
Yeah, 2008.
So many crazy things have happened since then. It's just like, we got to make room for the
right,
new one.
Right. That's a small pond and a small drop in a pond there, I guess. And then on a lighter note here, last one here, a little bit of music. On this date in 2017, Kendrick Lamar tops the Billboard 200 with his 4th studio album, Damn.
I got realness, I just killed you cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA.
Not white.
Correct. He was biting his tongue on this one, too.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
He wants to sing along.
I want to spit rhymes, homie.
He wants to sing along to that one.
I think supposedly Kendrick wrote that song about you, Thitoff, your life.
He might have.
With a little bit of inspiration from how you live your days, I'd say. Born on this date in 1925, sadly no longer with us, but the 18-time All-Star, the Hall of Famer, 3-time MVP, and 10-time World Series champion, Yogi Berra was born on this date back in 1925.
In the immortal words of a great Italian-American, Yogi Berra, it ain't over till it's over.
It isn't over till it's over.
We may be lost, but we're making good time.
Yogi Berra once said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
The future ain't what it used to be.
And the kids will say, Dad, you said another one. And I don't even know I say them. I really don't.
You don't.
Well, if you get hurt and miss work, it won't hurt to miss work.
Chocolate chip cookies. You can taste how good they are just by eating them.
It was hard to have a conversation with anyone. There were too many people talking.
This is beginning to feel like deja vu all over again.
You can observe a lot by just watching. Talked about a restaurant in New York. Yeah, no one goes there anymore. It's too crowded. Yeah, he says that. Always go to other people's funerals. Otherwise, they won't come to yours. If you don't know where you're going, you might wind up someplace else.
There you go.
That's great, man.
Yeah, it's Hall of Fame quote or no?
I think he said one time when he was managing, line up alphabetically by height.
Both. More birthdays here. Musician Billy Squier turned 76 years old today. Ooh.
Some say that song was about golf.
Oh, I always normally I'll check a few different websites just to see, because some of these people I really don't know, if I'm being completely honest with you. But when a name keeps popping up across multiple websites, I'm like, well, that person must be relatively popular. And then I always love that when I go to play a song, I'm like, oh yeah, I know this song. I know this guy. Actor Ving Rhames turned 67 years old today. If you've seen any of the Mission Impossible movies, you know him as Luther from the movie series there.
Why are you telling me this?
We're in this mess because Ethan wouldn't let me die. He's a good man, and he cares about you more than he can admit. That's one more worry than he can handle right now. If you care about him, you should walk away.
Walk away. And then may he rest in peace. He died in the most recent movie. Spoiler alert. It came out a few years ago.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I can't know you're watching now, right?
My favorite character in those movies.
It's still pretty good. I'd still check it out. Actually, he may not be dead. We never actually see the scene.
There you
he
go.
just goes into
Mission
a room.
Impossible.
There's an explosion. Yeah.
They mess with you.
You can't roll it out. Okay, it's a good call, though, on you, Tito. Good job out of you. Actor Emilio Estevez. Let me try that one more time. Emilio Estevez turned 64 years old today, best known for his roles in The Breakfast Club and then The Outsiders.
Charlie Sheen's half-brother.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I knew I kind of recognized the name a bit there, and good call on that one, Tito. Tony Hawk, who probably the most famous skateboarder of all time, I'd say.
Skateboarder.
Turns 57 years old today. If you asked me to name any skateboarder ever, I could not. But I know Tony Hawk and his video games back in the day
was awesome back then. They were.
I never have skateboarded in my life.
Not a chance could I stand on one, but I used to rip those things.
Yeah, these games were awesome, man.
It was.
Singer Mark Morrison turns 52 years old today.
Oh, hey. Sorry, Peter, I can't sing.
That's a pretty good one right there.
That's a good
Matt Mangiano of the Zac Brown Band turns 50 years old today.
And a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night.
Justin can sing though.
I can sing. I can pick up players.
No one voted against you.
And then I'll be getting kicked off the singing as well.
If my first name was former Buckeye, I wouldn't be getting kicked off of this thing. I promise you that. You guys get special privileges.
Singing about
and
chicken fried and
right.
cold beer. That's about as American as it gets.
That's right.
I think. Actor Jason Biggs turns 48 years old today, best known for his lead role there in the American Pie movies. Didn't really even bother searching for a clip on that one. Just gotta not get ourselves in trouble on that one there. The 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro wide receiver, mostly for the Carolina Panthers and then for the Baltimore Ravens there at the end of his career. Steve Smith turns 47 years old today. One of the all-time great competitors, I'd say. That
threw him a touchdown in OTAs one time.
Nice.
Yeah,
There we go.
A little hitch and go.
In Carolina or Baltimore?
Yeah, Carolina. Yeah, I was
There we
down
go.
there for the springtime, summertime.
Nice. Perfect ball. Put it right on.
Well, yeah, it was a good one.
There you go.
It was the only one I got, but yeah, it was a good one.
And then actor Rami Malek, I can't remember on that one, but nevertheless, turns 45 years old today. Probably his biggest role was playing Freddie Mercury in the Bohemian Rhapsody Queen movie there. That was a really good one.
Spoiler
he played
alert.
that role really well.
He does. Just so you know.
We do lose him. And then last but not least, played a handful of years in the NFL and a beloved member of Tight End University, John Carlson, turns 42 years old today. A couple passings on this date all the way back in 1932. Actor Robert Reed passed away at the age of 59 years old. He was the dad in the Brady Bunch. And then one more here. And on this date, a handful of years ago in 2018, Chuck Knox passed away at the age of 86 years old. 22 years as an NFL head coach with the Rams, Bills, and Seahawks.
His offense had a great nickname because he used to really like to run the ball. They called it Ground Chuck.
Oh,
which I thought was really cool. Yeah, Ground Chuck was the name of the offense.
He'd sell T-shirts and hats with that on.
Yeah, right.
It's going nowadays.
All right, holidays and observances for today. It is, let's see. I don't know how to pronounce that word. National Odometer Day. I do know that one.
There you go.
What else we got here? And National Nutty Fudge Day.
Nutty Fudge Day.
Not a lot going on today.
It's kind of a boring day for...
What do you do on National Odometer Day? Do you how do you celebrate that?
Let me click on it here.
Do you reset your odometer so you can sell the car with less miles on it?
Provides an opportunity to learn a little bit more about the odometer.
Jack it up and put it in reverse.
What do you
and
have
get
to
the
know about
miles
your
off
odometer?
Of
Yeah, I don't know.
You drive,
it's a
it goes up.
Straightforward thing.
Yeah, you don't go in reverse, it won't take it back.
I don't know.
That's an interesting
They were first developed in the 1600s for wagons and other horse-drawn vehicles to measure distances traveled. Arthur P. and Charles H. Warner of Beloit, Wisconsin, developed the first odometer for the automobile, which appeared in 1903 and was patented as the odometer.
Huh.
There you go. How to observe. Here we go. Whether your odometer is at 0 or 999,999, this day is for the new and classic car enthusiasts too. Use hashtag National Odometer Day to post on social media. I'm sitting at about 90,000, give or take. Would you guys know off the top of your head?
I got about 64 on the truck.
All right.
I think
18 on the Tesla.
I think our Arcadia's got just a little over 200 right now.
Nice.
Yeah. We're
my wife's was up to about
right
190. It just went out on us.
Right. That's what usually happens.
The car or the odometer?
The car.
Okay.
The car went out on us, yeah.
The odometer went out, but it still kept, car kept going. That'd be good. But and that's what I got for you guys there. May 12th, 2026, the 132nd day of the year. 233 days left until we reach 2027.
Is that all you've got?
That's all I got.
You've got
tapping out. Anybody want to come run the board? I'm going home.
You've got no more birthdays you'd like to talk about.
You know what? I do. I apologize. And I was even listening to the Buckeyes show last night.
I'm just not popular enough to make the website.
That might be sort of true.
That is 100% true.
A happy.
I was actually like, Steve Smith and I have the same birthday. This is
43?
43, yeah.
43.
Yeah. No better way to bring it in with morning juice.
There you go. Wake up early and come celebrate with us on National Odometer Day. Yeah. Also, Justin Zwick's birthday. Well done as always over there, Bodie. I also said Bobby, but I was going to say Bobby. I was going to say Lieutenant.
I'll take that.
And that's all right.
That's probably the only time anybody's ever compared to me to Carp in my entire life. But
I get compared to Matty Ice all the time. Coming up next, the NFL schedule gets released on Thursday.
How about them Cowboys?
I can't wait, but there have been some leaks already. We'll talk about that next. Morning Juice.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn, skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Summer savings are heating up at Germain Toyota of Columbus. Right now, drive home in the rugged 2026 Toyota Tacoma for just $299 financing for up to 48 months, or turn heads in the sporty and stylish 2026 Camry XSE. Lease it for only $399 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing and 10,000 miles per year. So whether you need truck capability or sedan comfort, Germain Toyota has the next ride waiting. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or online at germaintoyota.net.
I'm Brianna Albizu, traffic anchor for 10 TV News this morning. Columbus is quickly becoming my home, and this community has welcomed me with open arms. My mission is simple: to help you get to where you're going quickly and safely. Whether it's helping you beat the slowdown on 270 or giving you detours around major construction, we've got you covered. Because when your morning's on the move, so are we. Make the move to 10 TV News this morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Not really. It's Jay-Z and Tito, but Bodie's here as well. I've been mocked, and I don't care, about a number of things. But I am very excited about Thursday. And I'm excited about the next couple days because we get like little snippets of what the schedule is going to look like. We get like games released. I'm sure there'll be more today. as far as the NFL schedule goes.
Leek season.
It's leek season. That's correct. Not L-E-E-K. Have either of you eaten leeks? L-E-E-K.
I'm going to be honest. This is the first time in my entire life You've even
heard of leeks?
Heard of that, yeah. I don't
I've
even
heard
know.
of it, but I don't think I have.
It's a vegetable.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I had just because my wife makes me eat vegetables all the time.
They are mild, onion-like vegetables known for their sweet flavor and cylindrical shape with edible white and light green parts and tougher dark green tops. They're rich in vitamins A, C, K, and B6.
Are those the long ones? Where it's like green on the top and then the white on the bottom?
It looks like could be another vegetable.
Yeah.
I think that, I'm not up on my vegetables.
Well, I'm not an onion guy, but I know that.
Yeah, me neither.
My wife will say, hey, and she'll send me a list of stuff to get at the store. And I'll go and I'll see like 3 things that look like what I think it is. And the first thing I'll do is I'll Google. I don't want to call her and ask because I'll get made fun of. The second thing I do is try to find a worker if I
find
can't.
Somebody there.
And then the last resort is FaceTime the wife and flip the phone around and say, hey, look, all right, is this what
I got
this
these
is?
3 options. Which one are we going with here?
Right, exactly. So I don't think I've ever had a leak either, although she's probably snuck one in somewhere I didn't know about. Where we go. Leaks. Yes.
Yeah, leaks.
That's where we're at here now. So we do know about some of the games that are out there, and we'll find out more. We already knew that the 49ers and Rams are playing on Thursday in Australia, the September 10th opening weekend, which is really September 11th here, or September 11th there, September 10th here. It's because of the time change, but don't worry about that. It's on Thursday night here. Wednesday night's when the Seahawks will host the opener as the defending Super Bowl champ. The first time we've had a Wednesday game to start the season since Obama was president. There was something like there was some kind of speech going on the Thursday around the same time, so they moved the game to Wednesday. This was like an 08 or something.
08?
Like that.
Okay.
That it was, I think.
No, I'm asking. I was going to look it up here.
Take a look. It was, I think.
Yeah, when I saw the Wednesday, I was like, I don't ever remember them playing a Wednesday night game.
Yeah, it hasn't happened often.
Other than maybe, and not even around Thanksgiving. Did they play one Wednesday night last year?
No, but they're going to this year.
This year
they're supposed to. Yes. They announced Cowboys-Giants. First Sunday night game of the year. Not surprised by that. And not surprised the Cowboys are involved. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense.
Like the first 2 that got leaked was like Cowboys, that game, Giants, and then Cowboys-Eagles Thanksgiving.
Cowboys-Eagles Thanksgiving, right? That's the one there.
Yeah.
But that'll be a good one, too. And then also they announced that Lions and Bills on the second Thursday night game. That'll be on Amazon.
The first game of the new stadium.
Yeah, it's the opening of the new
Yeah.
stadium there. That's correct, yes. We know Ravens-Cowboys play on week 3 in Rio de Janeiro. Not sure if you used the right.
Oh, yeah, you nailed that.
Thank you.
And then London.
Games in London.
October 4th.
The Commanders week 4 play in London and then week 11 it's Jaguars in London.
Back in London.
Yes.
9 international games, Tito. Is that too many?
1 is too many.
There you go.
That's why.
Agreed.
Look, they're going to have 9 this year. At some point, they're going to have like 15. They will. They may even have 1 every single week at some point. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, I think they want to get a team over there, don't they?
They've talked about a team.
Which I don't know how realistic or not that is, but if the NFL can make money, Roger Goodell says,
from week 3 to week
11.
11, there's an international game.
Every week. Yeah. Every single week. And the fact that, and what bothers me, and I don't know if I am repeating myself, but like in week 1, you've got a 49ers-Rams game, which 2 teams very much competing for a playoff berth, for a home field, for the divisional title, all those things. And one of those teams loses a home game against their rival to play in Australia. That would tick me off, especially if my team ends up losing the tiebreaker to the team that wins it. So, and then on top of that, and I've said it before too, that NFL is, let's rate the 4 sports here. Where is home field advantage in the postseason most important among baseball, basketball, hockey, and football? Where does home field mean the most?
I would say probably football.
Football 1?
Just as many people that can pack into a stadium.
Yeah, the amount of people you get, 60 to 70,000 people?
Like at minimum, where
Right.
like basketball, hockey are both, 15 to 20. Baseball can push more towards probably 20, 30, 40 range. Dodgers got like 50,000, I think it is, or whatever. But also, too, football is probably the one that there's like weirdly the most downtime for communication.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Especially for an offense pre-snap. Basketball, there's communication that matters, but more condensed court and whatnot. So, and then baseball, you can pretty much just use your hands, frankly.
Right.
Hockey, I'm not really sure. It's probably more like basketball, right? Where there's like talking on the ice, but just still none of it to the level of football.
And so we're taking this thing where we've got all these, we put all this, like we're telling you, home field, go for home field. You got to get home field. By the way, we're going to take away one of your most important home games. And we're going to make it harder if you get a home field. Because the Rams and 49ers, whoever the home team is in this game on September 10th, won't be the home team the next time they play. And so there's a disadvantage built in there, which is why I hate the international games. I don't understand. I'll tell you, I do love the 9:30 a.m. start times on a Sunday.
Those are fun.
Those aren't bad.
Right. I do like all of that, but I don't. It seems like it's. And
I don't know why we have to share it with everybody. They don't.
There was talk about putting a whole division overseas.
That would be
out of. Come on.
Yeah, it's probably a bridge too far, I think.
Maybe. But then you've got all those games there, and all of a sudden those teams play each other. They don't have to travel, across the ocean to get there.
That's true.
That's a flight to get to Australia.
But then think about it, the other one. It's all too like think if you're Seattle, you've got to play a game in London. How long of a flight that's going to be, to get over there and do that. Anyway, the Eagles Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Can't wait to hear the other ones on those. I'm sure some more will be leaked out today, but the season goes all the way through. January 3rd will be the last game of the regular season. That'll be the Sunday night game on NBC. I'm sorry, it'll be January 9th and 10th. That's when the last part of the season will be. Is that right? Is that week? Yeah, it's week 18. Yeah, yeah. So that'll be. We'll get more on that though. Be careful! Don't fall for the fakes. I fell for a fake one a few years ago. Where somebody kept tweeting out the Steelers schedule. I was like, oh, God, that's great. And then I realized later on that, I don't know if Schefter was spelled wrong and whatever. There's something spelled wrong in there. And turned out it was just somebody wasting my time all day, which maybe says more about me.
Well, nowadays, too.
It's so hard.
You can just buy check marks and whatnot.
Right, yes.
Exactly, yeah.
And it just,
throw you for a loop. You see that check mark, you're like, they must know what they're talking about.
Or not.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I saw Bodie popped this here, and it was on CBS Sports. One reason for optimism for every team after rookie minicamps, which just took place this past weekend. And for the Bengals, it says defensive help for Joe Burrow is a reason to be optimistic based on all the moves they made. Dexter Lawrence, the trade for that one, Jonathan Allen getting him there, Brian Cook. And I believe that is true. I'm optimistic about the Bengals defense this year.
There's only one way to go. So,
yeah, you're right. You're right, yes.
So, at least they're paying attention to the defensive side of the ball after they let probably their best defender go in free agency, right?
And Henderson,
Yeah, and Henderson. So, they're trying because they know they only have so much time with Joe left. You got to think. I shouldn't put that.
Well, the injuries are
well, the injuries are worrisome. Yeah. And, he's been in the league for what, 8-9 years now?
God, it's been that long now.
Has it been? Or is it maybe 6 years, 7 years?
Let me take a look here now. I'm curious about it.
No, yeah. He was gone from here before COVID, right?
Burrow's first year in the NFL.
2020, right? He was in the 2020 draft.
2020. All right.
So he's played 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. He's played 6 years already. This will be his 7th year.
All right. And he's won two comeback players of the year.
Right.
And those are due to injuries, right?
Yes.
So that's
you
don't want to be on that list multiple times. But.
He's played 77 games total is what he's done as far as regular season goes. He played 10 games in 2020, 10 in 2023, 8 last year. Other than that, it's either 16 or 17 in the other 3 years. But yeah, you're right. Still, though, nonetheless, it's interesting too because I think that maybe media and fans both fall for this every time when a young guy like Burrow gets the Super Bowl when he did. Mm-hmm. It was, there'll be more of these.
There'll
be more of these, yes. But then they never had Giannis. Same thing Giannis, same thing Joker. Like it was, there's gonna be a lot of nothing since.
I remember when the Lions went and Dan Campbell was like, it's going to be even harder to get back here now.
Yeah.
It's not just something that happens year in and year out.
That was Marino's thing, right?
Yeah, Marino.
Didn't he go in his second year?
Second year he did,
and they didn't win, obviously, but
right.
It was like, and then he never got back.
Never got back.
Right?
Never got back. I think his last year, too, is when Jimmy Johnson was there and they got blown out by Jacksonville. And I think it might have been in Miami. When
they played in the Super Bowl, you said?
No, when they made it when they were in the playoffs hosting Jacksonville. It was pre-AFC Championship. So it would have been the conference, the divisional round. And I think they got blown out by Jacksonville, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Goodness.
Was it in Miami?
Yeah. I was trying to see here. 1999 playoffs, second round. Where was this game played? Looking.
And
Sorry, this is
what was the score?
It was 62-7.
Oh, whoa! In an NFL playoff game, 62-7.
It was in Jacksonville.
Was Jimmy Johnson the coach? I think he was, wasn't he?
I
know I'm asking.
That home field advantage must have been serious.
Google doesn't.
Yeah, huge. Jimmy Johnson was the coach during the 99 season, his fourth and final year with the team. Yeah, that was his last year with the team. They went 9-7 in the regular season, won their first playoff game against the Seahawks when they won the AFC, and then got beat 62-7.
Wow.
But that was a team that, like after they won the first, it's Jacksonville. They, nonetheless, I know Jacksonville's hosting, but still, it's Jacksonville for crying out loud. It's a throwaway game up in Rochester. So, but they lost that game though, and that's what ended. That Marino never got back. Yeah, Marino after the game, he had the great year in '85 where he threw for over 5,000 yards, first quarterback to ever do that in the NFL, 48 touchdown passes, I believe, and then lost the 49ers 38-16 in the Super Bowl. But everyone lost the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Didn't play them back then. So for the Browns, their reason for optimism was a revamped offense.
Reason for optimism is it's the offseason.
I know.
Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah, you might not be wrong on that.
And maybe Deshaun under center, I guess, week one, which that still amazes me because I still don't see unless he takes them to the playoffs, I don't see the benefit of having Deshaun Watson start.
I agree. I think if you just get decent quarterback play, though, this is going to be a team that's going to win enough games to put themselves in the teens for drafting next year.
Right,
it's not going to be good enough to do anything, but
it's like the Steelers the last 3 years. I think that's
we're
like
just
their
in that
ceiling.
limbo now, and it's like, what do we do?
Yeah, that's like their ceiling, though. Is it worth it? Because with the loaded quarterback class,
but I think they drafted so well last year.
Yeah,
the defense is pretty legit. They're just on the field the entire game because the offense can't do anything. So, if you got decent quarterback play from either of these guys, if you got good quarterback play, they could be a decent team. But, if it's just decent quarterback play, they're going to win 7 games, and they're going to be outside of getting any good quarterback for the future, and it's just a mess.
As a Steelers fan, I will tell you I'd rather win 3 than win 8.
Yep.
And I think
I don't blame you. But if you're that team, if you're Todd Monken, it's your first year as head coach,
right?
You got to try to go win as many games as possible. And I know, as fans and probably in the front office, 3, forget about 8. How about 6 or 5? Like 2's better than 5, 3's better than 6.
Right.
But if you're Monken, you kind of, and you're in that locker room.
Yeah, you don't want to be your first year winning 3 games.
You got to try to win as many games as possible. And although
maybe they strike it and Deshaun gets back to, maybe he's in a new system, new, lease on life. Maybe he gets back to his old self.
There we go. There's that optimism.
Yeah, it's there. Not really.
We don't want to need CBS Sports.
I'm lying to myself.
If they wanted to ensure getting a very high draft pick, hire Hugh Jackson as your head coach.
Just for a year.
Yeah. Do a 1 year.
Would that guy go 1-31 or something like that?
Yeah, 1-31. Yeah, go.
Could have been worse.
That's fair. Could have been worse. You're right. Yes. Coming back to some quick hitters. Morning Juice.
Hey, I know some of you out there are dealing with this pain, and you've been dealing with it so long, it's become a constant in your body, and you begin to think, well, maybe this is just the new normal. Listen, you want to get back to being carefree, being fun, being active, doing the things that you love. Well, that can all start with an introduction to Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics. Their regenerative treatments for joint pain can help you out, and they're located right here in Columbus, in Dublin and Gahanna. They helped me. They helped my father. They got me back to running again with the pain in my knee. It is completely gone now, and I feel tremendous. They're helping patients from their pain, just like me, whether it's arthritis in their knees, hips, shoulders. They're moving, they're sleeping better, they're golfing, running, all the things you want to do. And the best part is, it's without surgery or a long recovery. The science is real. I've researched it. The treatments, they're natural. Your body can heal itself. Let QC Kinetics get them the tools to be able to do that. So don't let that inflammation sit any longer. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
I'm Meredith Garfalo, meteorologist at 10 TV News This Morning, and I'm an Ohio girl. I love golf, aerospace, and all things Ohio sports. For nearly 20 years, I've studied the patterns that shape our days, from winter wonders on the south side to dangerous storms along the I-71 corridor. When the weather changes, you'll be the first to know, because you need a forecast that moves as fast as you do. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Some journeys start small, with small pause and big purpose.
Look how little fly, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step,
Bella, let's go.
guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Hey, good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
If you're looking for the inside scoop on the Buckeyes, you've come to the right place. This is Morning Juice.
It's not really a Morning Juice show unless we talk about dead relatives. Seems to happen quite a bit.
It does.
Privately, folks, we're not going to bring you down. It's Morning Juice. We're going to juice you up, keep you juiced. And right now, Bodie's going to do the quick hitters for us.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, fellas, happy Tuesday. To start in the association, the Milwaukee Bucks are open for business. Shams Charania of ESPN reported on Monday that the team is seeking offers for superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo, and there's expected to be a robust market to land the Greek freak. Co-owner Jimmy Haslam told the media last week, quote, sometime over the next 6 or 7 weeks, we'll decide whether or not Giannis is going to sign a max contract and stay with us, or he's going to play somewhere else. As of today, we sit exactly 6 weeks away from the NBA draft, and of course, a couple days ago on Sunday, we get the lottery results in, so that helps kind of sort things out so teams know exactly where they're picking, whether or not they're trading away picks or trading and acquiring picks. Shams, in his article and his report, basically left nobody unmentioned, especially among the contenders, as he reported that the Miami Heat, Golden State Warriors, Boston Celtics, LA Lakers, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Cleveland Cavaliers, among others, are all expected to inquire about landing Giannis this offseason. Tito, I don't think it's too bold to say that next year's NBA title-winning team could very well be the team that lands Giannis. Could be.
And he said he wants to stay in the East.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him.
Why go play Oklahoma City or San Antonio when right now you could, I mean, I think the Knicks are pretty good, but I don't think they're world beaters. And I think, sorry, Cavs fans, I think they're going to kind of roll through the Eastern Conference here. They have so far.
I mean, what do you have to give up for somebody like Giannis?
Yeah, I guess
that's
it's
the
like,
other issue.
If I'm not mistaken, Milwaukee, and I'd have to pull it up here, I believe over the next few years they still owe some picks going out to other teams. So that's the thing is, are they going to try to
get some picks back, maybe
get some picks back, or do they try to remain competitive? That's kind of
give us
the
3-year
balance.
Players for one of ours.
Yeah, and a lot of talk has been about Jaylen Brown of the Celtics going there, and if Boston were to make a move, he would be in there. I'm trying to see here. So next year, 2027, dear God, I'm going to read this, and you guys let me know if it makes sense to you. The Milwaukee Bucks. They get the more favorable, more favorable of Milwaukee and New Orleans Pelicans goes to New Orleans. Then the other goes to Atlanta at 5 through 30. Or Milwaukee and New Orleans both go to New Orleans if both are 1 to 4. I don't really know what any of that means, but basically I do think, long story short, their pick is going out. I think it still is going to the Pelicans as part of the Drew Holiday trade from several years ago. So if you're Milwaukee, you can't really ship Giannis out and just tank, right, Tito? I don't.
No, you can't.
Now maybe you try to get that pick back as part of a deal. That's something that Indiana, like, very under the radar did last year during the finals, ahead of Game 6, I think it was. They made a trade to send out, I think, last year's first rounder to whoever it was to get their first rounder back this year.
Yep.
5 days later, Halliburton tears his Achilles, and then they get that pick back. Eventually, it ended up with the Clippers, and everything kind of happened there on Sunday in the lottery. But, yeah, I don't know, Tito. It'll...
The tricky part of it is the fact you got to match up the salaries the right way. Mm-hmm. Like if they trade him to Golden State, Jimmy Butler's got to come back in the deal, and Jimmy Butler's going to miss the first part of the season again. He's not, but he does have an expiring contract, which is important. The Jaylen Brown thing with the Celtics, so you got to find a way to match all those up. But I did see one thing yesterday, Bodie. I can't remember where it was on Bleacher Report, but they had figured out a way that the Celtics could trade for Giannis and not include Brown or Tatum.
Ooh, what?
So basically everybody else on the roster?
Almost everybody else on the roster.
So it's going to be 3-on-5 next year.
included.
No, and a bunch of draft picks, obviously, but there's a way that
money-wise, White's 30+. Hauser's about 10, 11 a year the next few years.
Those are the ones that were included in it, but there's a lot
in every pick they have, I guess.
You're going to have to bring back Scalabrine.
That's basically
he's the color analyst for their home games. So just get him out there.
Just throw jersey back on. We need bodies, buddy. We traded the team for Giannis.
Right. I mean, look, it's not going to happen. It just depends what the Bucks value. If they value a solid player, the Celtics have got the best player in the league to offer. No one can offer a player better than Jaylen Brown. Realistically, who else is going to...
Probably. As a singular player,
yeah. Singular player.
I guess if, you're... And this would be pretty wild, obviously, but, if you're Oklahoma City...
Right.
You could put Jalen Williams on the table.
Right.
Have SGA, Chet, Giannis.
Yeah.
And then they have a million
draft picks, too, right.
Yeah, they're going to get a good one in this draft, right?
They got the 12th pick, I think it was.
Yeah,
so
12,
it's one trade I did see that I think could make a lot of sense, if I'm not mistaken on this one, would be a 3-way, which, always a great team. There you go. It's always a great
Did they do that in the NBA? Not for trades, at least.
Jaylen Brown going to Atlanta, so they, kind of get their superstar.
Yep.
I think the Milwaukee's pick next year would go back to them in this trade, so then they could kind of tank, depending on the new lottery rules, obviously. And then Giannis lands in Boston. Now, I don't want to trade Jaylen Brown personally as a Celtics fan, but that's admittedly the sentimental side of me kind of probably getting in the way of what could be best for the team. But you know what? I don't care. They have already... Brown and Tatum got their title a couple years ago, and I'd rather just see those two kind of ride it out together.
Yep.
We'll switch up here. High State football. Got some recruiting news here. As the Buckeyes, they got some good news on the trail recently as 5-star wide receiver Jameer Brown reaffirmed his commitment to the Buckeyes, saying over this past weekend, quote, "My recruitment's been shut down for a minute. I just haven't made that public yet. Me and Coach Day had a conversation. So it just felt great shutting down my recruitment, knowing how bad I still wanted to be there, knowing how bad Coach Day still wants me to be there and that staff. And I just can't wait to get up there and be great. I think it's just too close to be playing around now. I know where I want to go, and that's Ohio State. So I really just don't see no point in going anywhere else, honestly." Brown, he originally committed to Ohio State back in November of 2024, so he's been committed for a while now. But he had been taking some visits to other schools in the time since then, and he was planning on visiting both Oregon and Miami this summer before he ultimately shut things down. After he played at Wayne High School down there in Dayton, he's set to play his senior year at Big Walnut this fall. And 24/7 Sports, as you can imagine, ranks him very high. Any Buckeye receiver coming in normally ranked pretty highly in the recruiting services. He is the 4th best receiver on their site and 20th best overall player. But I will say, not to be a Debbie Downer, Jay-Z, anytime Oregon and Miami are involved in a recruitment, you got to always worry a little bit, as we've seen in recent years with both Jeremiah Smith and Chris Henry Jr. coming in. It's this one.
Oh, it's the dog-eat-dog world out there. I mean, that dollar sign, the dollar sign can come and make a big impact on a kid, but I got a feeling this is a guy that just knows what he wants, and he moved basically closer to Columbus to go to Big Walnut, which is a good football school. So he's going to have another big year up there, and it sounds like he knows what he wants, and he wants to be an Ohio State Buckeye. So that's really cool to see, especially in this. Now you hope, yes, fingers crossed, he means it, and he's not going to go do any of that, and Miami's not going to throw out a number that he can't turn down, but
right.
He's saying all the right things. I love it, because those are the kind of kids I want to come to Ohio State, the ones that know what they want, they know the staff, they understand what it's about, and they want to be a Buckeye. So very cool to hear him come out and just say that. So fingers crossed that we get to the finish line and he puts that name on the dotted line. Come signing day.
And it sounds like Cortez Hankton's doing a pretty good job there filling in after the Heartline departure. That the fact that he's able to keep guys like this.
Yeah, I mean, another 5-star. I mean, so that's Henry last year. We got the 5-star, and then another one. So, Brian Hartline set the foundation for that room, and Hankton is just running right along with it. It seems. And I think it's still Ohio State. So
that's
it's still a place. Like,
exactly.
The coach is the coach, but it's still Ohio State.
Yeah, and Heartline obviously has done a phenomenal job with
sure.
wide receiver recruiting and development the last handful of years. But Tito, I mean, it's still Day's offense. You're still bringing in all these elite quarterbacks year after year. Why would you not want to play in that system?
Exactly right. Yeah, it's all the whole they feed each other. Like, I'd love to be a quarterback for Ohio State. Why? Because these receivers. I'd love to be a receiver for Ohio State. Why? Because of the quarterback.
Exactly.
Yes, all that stuff. It all feeds into it where it's like it's just going to constantly and it's not on autopilot. They still work their asses off.
Yeah, for sure.
But nonetheless,
they had
when
the
you
whole
got it
staff
going,
down recruiting one kid last week.
When you got it going. When it's going, it's easier to keep it going than to have to start from zero.
Yeah, when you're always in that top 5 at the end of the year, top 10, people know Ohio State's going to be there and have a shot. So, and you look at all the receivers in the league that we have. I mean, tons and tons of money, and that started before Heartline, right? Zone 6 was Zach Smith. I think started sending guys into the league and those.
Heartline kind of put it in overdrive.
Yeah, for sure. But it's been happening for a long time, and it's going to continue.
I mean, even in the last couple of years, the kind of second best receiver on the team with Egbuka and Cardinal Tate both were first-round picks behind Jeremiah Smith. Like that's that's all you really
Cardinal
need to say right
$50
there.
million altogether, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'll work.
Yep,
I guess. And Egbuka had a heck of a rookie
for being
year.
the number 2 option at Ohio State.
Yeah,
right. Okay,
not too bad.
No,
guys, we'll stay with the college football theme here. What is dead may never die. 6 months after the two schools announced a hiatus on the rivalry, Ryan Cardigy of the Los Angeles Times reported on Monday that Notre Dame and Southern California are in negotiations to bring back the rivalry between the Irish and Trojans. A source familiar with the discussions told the Times that they were optimistic a deal could be reached. No agreement is currently in place, though. The terms would still need to be worked out, and Cardigy notes that the existing scheduling commitments could mean that the two schools do not actually play again until 2030, even if a deal gets done. But, Tito, I think this is just good for the sport, right? Like, losing these rivalry games as conference realignment just continues to kind of spin here. That's not a win for anybody. Like, it was good to see A&M and Texas play again last year.
Yeah.
And I don't, whether or not you're a fan of these two schools or not, like, you just want to see these games being played on Thanksgiving weekend or whenever, frankly. Just get it done.
But with how many times these games have meant so much between USC and Notre Dame, look at throughout history, how many times there's
I didn't have to bring up that one.
That's like push.
That's the most recent one I can remember.
But how many times in this game is like, oh my God, I do love it late in the season because it's almost like a pre-qualifier for a playoff type thing in some ways, especially when you look at it now and it's. Usually it actually eliminates USC, but nonetheless, it's something with it. Yeah, it's like I like having a game that's out of the conferences that means a hell of a lot in November.
And if you're Notre Dame, you're probably wanting to maybe try and beef your schedule a little bit just because of the last couple of years. That's been a sticking
beef
point.
It now, do they, Bo?
Well, I guess
top
not
12.
with the 20. I guess they're automatically in next year.
Let's just double this sucker. We're gonna have 24 teams.
That's
right. Yeah, fair enough. If we go there, it doesn't matter. But throwing a USC on your schedule, and just the history behind it is awesome. But I think that's a good game to have. And people are going to look at that and like, oh, well, they got USC. That's always going to be a game on their schedule where you could say that's a tough game.
There's also been this, argument with the game going away that it's like, wow, who needs it more? And it's like, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just play it, man. Exactly. Like, it's good for Notre Dame. It's good for USC. Like,
right.
There's nothing bad about that.
Exactly. Like, so.
And people don't know this, but now we're on video. They can see it there. Every time Notre Dame plays USC, Bodie comes into work dressed as a leprechaun that week.
Wow, listen. They got to eventually win that game.
I'm 50-50 on whether he does or not.
He does. He does.
Unfortunately for us on this side of the coast, I don't know that Lincoln Riley is still going to be there to be able to beat
by
him
the time
again.
they get
By
this
the time
deal
we
done,
get this sucker
Florida
back on the
State will be.
schedule. Exactly. Or an offensive coordinator somewhere else,
Right,
or
yeah.
quarterback's coach.
Yeah.
Last one here, guys. We'll head back to the NBA. Last night, the Thunder, the defending champions, beat the LA Lakers out in LA 115-110 as they complete the 4-game sweep, and they head back to the Western Conference Finals in their quest for a repeat. But maybe the slightly bigger story coming out of last night is the end of year 23 for LeBron James. And, of course, the 41-year-old James was asked after the game what comes next for him. And he said, quote, "I think you guys have asked me about retirement before, and I've answered the questions. I don't think I've come out and been like, oh, yeah, retirement is coming with my future. I don't know, honestly. It's still fresh in my mind. We just lost this series, and I don't know yet. I don't know what the future holds for me." He talked about needing to recalibrate with family and talk with them and spend some time with them over the next several weeks to inform them and the rest of the world of his decision. But Jay-Z, gosh, he's still playing at such a high level.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's...
Yeah, I think he
whether or
plays-
not he's still with LA could be a
Well.
question, but it feels like he's still got another year.
Yeah, I was going
in
to say,
him.
we're going to see something in the Golden State area, Boys and Girls Club, decision
Right,
point
yes,
2.0.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Get
taking
him
my
on
talents
TV.
up north to go join Steph and Draymond. You know, it's going to be something like that. He's awesome. I mean, 23 years doing what he's done at the level he's done it this year. I mean, at that age, and he still was pretty damn good. So I don't think he's going to want to hang him up yet, and I don't think he needs to. I think his body probably feels good. He takes care of it. He has his whole career. He is lucky. He's never been really injured in his whole 23 seasons. I mean, he's had a heck of a run. So I don't think he's ready to hang him up. And where he goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, who wants to bring him in at that age?
I will say, I think one thing that he showed, though, this year with guys like, obviously they acquired Luka last year, but then a full year with Luka here, and then even like Austin Reeves kind of elevating to where he was. I think LeBron did show this year that like he can kind of take,
he allows
I'll
them
say
to play.
backseat-ish,
Yeah.
and kind of be that like
Yeah.
co-star or third co-star.
I think that comes with me, just being older,
That
a little
too.
more mature.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I've done all this.
Yeah.
I'm very good at all
At this point, the
facilitating
only
and everything
thing
else.
that can change his like career would be another championship, and he can't be the best player on a team anymore to do that, but he can be second, third.
He's not going to give you 40 points in a row like he did back in the day
Right,
against
exactly,
the Pistons or whoever that was. But
Yeah.
he's still a heck of a player, and basketball IQ, I think he's through the roof. And so if he can be on the floor and you can give him some pieces, I mean, he is going to create opportunities for others just because he is who he is.
I would be shocked if he didn't come back and play. I did hear a couple interesting things, though. First of all, Skip Bayless was on First Take on Friday. And he talked about how the Lakers are better without Luka. LeBron should be able to beat this. Like,
is that right?
yeah, Lakers are better without Luka.
Yeah, setting him up.
The thing I heard yesterday was, you got it might have been Colin, somebody's like, they said, LeBron is 41 years old and plays damn near every game. He's out there all the time. Luka's 27 and can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, and I mean, like, let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
Take about 2 seconds to look at him.
Yeah, right.
Like, one guy looks like he spends every waking minute of his life taking care of his body. The other guy is like, not that.
Right. Having his general manager take a beer from him after a game.
It was a tough loss.
That's amazing, though. Oklahoma City, I mean, they damn near won 70 games last year, another 60-plus win season. They're kind of in the middle of, like, what really feels like could be a bit of a dynasty.
I know.
Skip, God love Skip. He's like, he had another great one the other day, too, I saw, where he called playoff P.
Yeah.
Paul George playoff P, but the P was P-E-E. And like being down his leg. And like, Skip's in his early 70s, but he's still got his fastball.
He's got his fastball. That's
I love
true.
him.
That's true. All right, folks. Coming up next. Thank you, Bowie, for that. We got a surprise report about when Ohio State might not play at noon this upcoming season. We'll talk about that next. Morning Juice.
I'm Tracy Townsend, anchor at 10 TV News This Morning. This community is my home, and it means everything to me. I care deeply about the stories we bring you each day, especially the ones that truly impact your life, from women's health and advocacy to the decisions happening at the State House. My goal is simple: help you feel informed and connected, because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. In football, every decision is about the long game. From multi-year contracts to salary caps and stadium investments, winning franchises don't chase quick wins. They're built for the future through depth, planning, discipline, and smart financial management. That same philosophy matters in banking. Here's Chuck Moore and CEO Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they prioritize the long game.
Thanks, Bobby. At Riverside Bank of Dublin, we work closely with local businesses and families to create financial strategies that hold up season after season. Whether it's business lending, cash management, or long-term planning, Riverside Bank focuses on fundamentals and relationships.
That's right, Chuck. Just like football, it's about preparation, execution, and having the right partner behind you. Riverside Bank of Dublin, community-focused, relationship-driven, and built for the long run. Look for our new branch location in Bridge Park in Dublin.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Enough already.
We can do more.
Enough already. We can find a cure.
Enough already.
We can do better for our kids.
Enough already. We are relying on you.
We can come together to support Children's Cancer Research Fund, a national nonprofit dedicated to ending childhood cancer that is on the front line of breakthroughs. Because
it's enough already.
Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Second hour of the program always follows the first hour, according to sources. Ohio State. So we'll talk a little media here now. And we talked about it last week a little bit, but Fox, because of their deal with the Big Ten, the deal with what they've got, they get to choose before all the other networks 3 weekends which they want to control the top pick of the week. They don't have to say what it's going to be. Normally it's Ohio State, but they get to make they get to make the first 3 picks. And we know they took Ohio State, Michigan, make it a noon game again. Of course, that's Fox's first selection. The next one we know about, though, was surprising. And I will give credit to Jacob Reimer, because we did Fan Sports Saturday together. He said, I think that's going to be this pick. And I said, there's no way in hell. And apparently there is a way in hell. And apparently Reimer's smarter than me. I hope Fish isn't listening, because I really do think Reimer's going to take my job someday. But that's beside the point. But Michigan, Oklahoma in week 2 is like the big game on the docket as far as Big Ten teams go, and the one open to Fox, and Fox has said that'll be their second pick. So what that means is their third pick will either have to be the week Ohio State plays Indiana, October 17th in Bloomington, or when Ohio State plays Oregon here in Columbus. They'll make a third pick out of those 2. The other will be open for another network to grab that week, which means Ohio State will likely, very, very, very likely not play at noon that week in one of those 2 games. Do you guys feel confident you know which other week Fox will pick?
I feel about 90% sure that it's going to be the Indiana game.
Okay.
I think we were just going through the schedule. Indiana should be undefeated with us coming into Bloomington. We have Texas. What happens there? We could be undefeated, 1 loss. Biggest game in Bloomington probably ever.
That's a good point.
Just Ohio State coming in there for both top 10, just everything that's happened over the last couple of years. We won a national championship. They won a national championship. Just the resurgence of their program and what they've been able to do. So I think Fox has got to look at that and say, we got to take advantage of this and give Indiana their flowers and go out there and do the show from their stadium. Which would be nice, because you get Oregon at maybe at 3:30 or.
Got to be great to have a night game there.
I do post-game shows. Don't say that, Tito.
Okay, if everyone's listening, selfish Jay-Z wants you guys to have. Jay-Z is pushing for a 10 a.m. Oregon game against Ohio State.
I'd be home by 4.
Exactly, right? That's exactly what everyone wants, is for Jay-Z. The screw all the millions of fans. Bodie, you feel the same way, right? Indiana's going to be 1.
I think I'd go IU too.
Okay.
Which I think is a win for Ohio State. Personally, I don't want to step on your toes there, Tito, but with what that could mean for the Oregon game, right?
The Oregon game is November 7th.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. And that's the Notre Dame, Miami game
November
also.
7th, that would be good if it's 3:30 game. The lights would be on at the end of the game. That's kind of like a night game. It's like half and half. Yeah, I mean,
that's exactly why I said that, Jay-Z, is I think if Fox Big Noon Kickoff grabs the IU game, I would think that would mean a 3:30 CBS game for the Oregon
which
home
I
contest,
don't love because Oregon's coming here, so I would like to play early. So everybody,
you want
would
to play
that be
early.
better for them or worse for them?
It'd be worse for Oregon to play early. If you kicked off at 9, it'd be at noon. It'd be 9 a.m.
for them.
Yeah. Right.
But whatever. I think that stuff's overrated. In it. These
probably
kids,
a little bit,
these
right?
college kids are so used to it now. I mean, they're flying all over the place. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal.
I mean, they can't, not to bring up bad
Well, they
memories,
did it,
but
they've done it before.
They did a couple of years ago.
Maybe they're good at 9 a.m.
So
make it later.
But I think, and maybe that could be a good time to bust out the new unis potentially.
You're right.
Yeah, what do we think about those unis? You guys didn't talk about it on the show yesterday.
I really don't pay much attention to it. It's it's like it's Ohio State.
I was a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be like our everyday jersey.
Right, yeah.
It's
Not
changed.
just
The
this
gray
one,
sleeves
yeah.
back
Yep.
and not just
Yeah.
another black uniform. I mean, they look nice.
This feels like a step in that direction, though.
Well, maybe.
Right?
I mean,
if you
the
start
metallic
putting them
silver on
alternate,
there,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll say I admittedly don't love all black on uniforms. I don't know that it's just a great look. That too. And Ohio State's obviously one of the half dozen or so teams that, I don't know, if you ask me, they probably never really need to wear an alternate uniform.
Right.
But I know that's not. That's an alternate reality, if you will, is never wearing alternate uniforms. But don't love them, don't hate them. They're fine if you ask me.
They look good. I mean, it's just like you do the black jerseys and black uniforms, and it'll be a noon game.
That's the thing.
That's the problem.
Yeah, this kind of takes it away. Like we knew we had a night game, and these are going to be there for the night game. Like awesome.
Like the thought
makes it a
of
little bit better.
hosting Oregon at night, blackout for the stands, blackout for the uniforms,
right?
Like that you can get on board with. But it's like,
up.
or we'll kick that game off at 3:30.
Yeah, which whatever. I mean, it's fun for the kids. I wish we'd have had something like that back in our day. I mean, we weren't allowed to wear black socks until my senior year. No, yeah.
Was that a coach's rule?
Yeah, well, I think Fick, maybe they wore black socks one year when he was in school, and they got like smoked in a game.
Okay.
And then so he would just not let us do it, and then the Glenville guys kind of took over, and we were spatting and wearing black socks my senior year, and you couldn't really say much.
Like, look, the uniform thing, it's all just sell more jerseys. That's the whole reason you're doing it, right? That's the reason you're doing it.
And I like the alternate when it's like throwback. Because I think that's a little bit different when we're paying homage to, an old uniform or something like that. I think that's kind of cool. But
Yeah. The only way I don't like the throwback is like when the Steelers did the Bumblebee outfits.
Oh, well.
Like, you can really botch the older uniforms in some other sports, or the throwbacks. But, I like Jerry Seinfeld said, all we're doing is cheering for laundry anyway. It's like, so as long as it's not something drastic. I don't want like a pink and green thing out there. Like, I don't see that. I know that Oregon caught a lot of grief for having 3,000 different uniform combinations that they could have for.
See, that's their thing.
I think they have
I know it is.
300 different variations.
For Oregon, they made that their thing.
Sure.
For Ohio State, Oregon doesn't have the tradition that
because
Ohio State
of Oregon,
does,
other schools started
honestly.
to do that because back then it was like recruiting. All right, we got all these cool things. Come look at our facilities. Look at all these outfits or uniforms we have. And now it's just like, we're going to pay you.
Yeah.
So come and you'll wear what we give you.
Yeah. And also $2 million.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So
the one thing I will say, though, and I don't feel like they've done this in quite a while, but there was maybe a year or two, probably JT Barrett time, where the Buckeyes wore the all grays against Michigan. That to me is come on, man. Not that game. You can wear it any other game, any other big game. I don't even care. But there are some games where it's no, you are to wear scarlet in Columbus or white in Ann Arbor, and Michigan is to wear white in Columbus and maize and blue in Ann Arbor.
Now I'd be okay with going white pants on the road and making that the away outfit.
Okay.
Just the white jerseys,
all
white pants.
Yes, the all white is clean.
I think that looks. I think that's the cleanest look in on any football field.
Yep, I agree with that. But that was
we got off. Sorry, I put us on the air for
It's May.
Because last
12th.
night it was like Fish went us live on air. It's like, all right, we're gonna do this, and it's like, all right. Well, we've seen these before. They look nice. I thought it was gonna be something bigger.
Got to talk about something on May 12th. Might as well be uniforms and NFL schedule release.
Yep.
Or Notre Dame and USC. Their dungeon. Take that. The Athletic went back and re-ranked college football's 2025 portal transfer class. And Originally, they had Indiana 24/7 Sports had them ranked 25th, and they said Indiana was number 1 based on what they got. Obviously, Mendoza was a big part of that. I know, shocker on that one, right? Texas Tech was 4 and 2 now. Ole Miss went from 4 to 3. Miami 3 to 4. Oregon State at 5. But how would you rate, Jay-Z, last year's transfer class for Ohio State?
I'm going to have to remember who it was. That was 2 classes ago.
Well, it would have been like last year's team.
So it would have been,
No.
It would have been
last year's team.
It was last year's team, 2025, when they grabbed some offensive linemen in there, obviously.
I can't remember who we brought in.
I think that's the point, right?
Yeah, that's the whole thing, right.
Now, Ohio State brought back a lot from that title team 2 years ago.
Yes, they did. They re-recruited,
So you could say last year's class was maybe underwhelming, but I don't know that they had a lot of holes to fill, really.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. There was a big need to do it. There wasn't the need like Indiana had. You know what I mean? There wasn't like that kind of thing where they needed to fill all of that, which is, that was the point there. Jay-Z is like...
Which is great. Well, I mean, we lost 14 dudes, so I'm like, well, maybe we had, like, who did we bring in? Because we lost a lot of guys to the draft from that championship team.
Yeah.
But we just had a lot of young guys ready to go and ready to rock. That we weren't really sure about, and then they all jumped up to another level, and now they're all first-round draft picks.
It's one of those cases where it was much more important to re-recruit your own players.
Yeah, because I guess the year before that we had Caleb, Seth McLaughlin, and those guys, and then they were just here again.
Right. Yeah. That was a big part of it. And that's one of those things where Ohio State now is at a different spot because of the fact they got 51 new players. It's totally different, and this is going to be the interesting thing that happens with Ohio State this year.
And some of the guys that came in last year, too, their grade for them individually is probably still incomplete, right?
Yeah, sure.
Bo Atkinson still has
Atkinson's
a year
a great point.
has a chance to make more of an impact this year. Phillip Daniels, assuming he holds onto that right tackle starting job, that's another guy that's like, okay, they were fine last year, but if they elevate their games this year and become maybe, I don't know that either guy will still Daniels could start, obviously. Atkinson, he just may be more in the rotation.
Guy.
He's
got a high motor and he's been working at it. I mean,
we'll see. They could go from to hey, really good pickups.
Right.
2 years ago, kind of flew under the radar, but now as they played their second year here in Columbus, then it all of a sudden is like, oh yeah, that was a really good pickup. That more in hindsight. But flipping it to this year, though, you better hit on. It better not be an underwhelming class or the defense in particular. I don't want to say he's going to be in trouble. Matt Patricia knows what he's doing,
right?
But
but you got to have bodies. You might know what you're doing, but you need the bodies to go. To go do that.
Yeah,
and
along the defensive line, and
I think through spring ball they feel pretty good about the guys they brought in and just what they're able to do with them or what they're going to be able to do with them.
It helps that the
stay healthy and all that good stuff.
The once proud Crimson Tide are now the feeder program for Ohio State. They get play a year or two down there, and then once they get some of the rust knocked off, they come up here and we fix them like we did Caleb Downs, according to Ryan. Ohio State is number 2 in the FBS in returning 82% of its offensive line snaps from last season. That's a good sign. But the CBS Sports said that Ohio State was one of these schools. They did a list of schools that would have benefited from that second transfer portal window that is now shut down because they said Ohio State could have grabbed more offensive line depth. I don't know how much. I mean, you can never have enough offensive line depth, I guess. That's always a...
Yeah, but how many offensive linemen can you have in a room?
Right, yeah, I know. Yeah.
That, and then on top of that, so they already pretty much, we'll see how it shakes out whether or not Saraveld stays a left tackle or goes to left guard. Maybe Ian Moore slides in. But who are you going to get in the portal window in the spring if there had been one? Anybody you were getting was probably coming in to be a backup.
Right.
And does anybody want to come here and back up?
Yeah.
I mean,
unless you had somebody who's they had 3 guys out this year. Well, how many guys? Offensive line wise, we had 3 or 4 offensive linemen out this spring.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Due to injury. So maybe you had somebody, I want to go give that a shot. Maybe try and get one of those spots. But
still pretty unlikely.
Yeah, more than likely.
Right?
Yeah, it's going to be somebody who's going to be a backup or fit that kind of role and not just be a plug-in starter. So,
and it's just you're not bringing in it's offensive line is obviously one of those positions that you're not rotating in really for the most part. Almost
and you
every
don't want
other
to bring
position,
guys in just to bring them in because you're paying them. And,
exactly.
I mean, we just paid a
Still
guy
costs something.
$1 million and he didn't play for us at all.
Right? Yeah.
He got drafted in the 7th round somehow, but
didn't start a game.
Didn't start a game.
We're talking about practice.
Yeah, we're talking about practice.
Not a game. Practice.
And by the way, if you bring a guy in, even if he's cheaper, you bring one in, you're probably losing one.
Yeah.
And maybe Ohio State's we don't want to lose this guy who's only a sophomore, who's been here. We like how he's developing. He's still just young, needs an extra year or two to bring in somebody who is, maybe starting at a group of 5 school or whatever.
yeah.
Like,
And it's just spring ball. I mean, these guys are getting things cleaned up. It wasn't like, huge injuries, acute.
Yeah.
It wasn't like big time stuff. At least that we think, anyways. But just cleaning things up. They should be fine going into the fall.
CBS Sports also did some overreactions after spring ball. One of the things they said was that Nebraska will be better off without Dylan Raiola. I tend to agree with that. I think that guy never showed me anything.
I don't know that I would disagree. I'll say that.
And now he's going to Oregon to be a backup for this season. But I'd be shocked if Raiola gets drafted at the end of his career any higher than like the 5th or 6th round. I'd be shocked if he was a 4th round pick or better.
You don't think Oregon's going to get him right?
I don't know if Dylan Raiola can get right. I don't know. That's what I saw. I mean, we mentioned Drew Allard at Pittsburgh, how bad it looked in the working camp. I don't know. Maybe to save the real. I don't know. Honestly, I root against the guy.
I do. I mean, the guy realizes what he is. He's like, I'm going to take a year off. I need to get better. I need to
realize what he is.
Learn from
he was
somebody.
a damn chameleon in high school. He went to like 4 high schools. I'm going to Ohio State, recruit for the Buckeyes. No,
committed to like 4 different schools.
I'm going to Georgia. I'm going to recruit for Georgia. We're going to
move to Georgia.
Right, move to Georgia.
Play high school
senior year,
football.
play high school football. This is going to be. We're telling you right now, Bulldogs. Let's go. Okay, going to Nebraska. Going to Nebraska. Yeah, I changed my mind on that one.
Coach, thanks for the 2 years. I'm going to Oregon.
I root against Tate Martell, too. I don't care. The guys that bounce around like that, I don't.
You know what? I respect the fact that you don't have a problem saying, like, to hell with them.
Yeah.
Yes. Look, he's an adult now. He's an adult now. Yeah. Right. With us or against us.
Making money.
He's making money. Exactly. He's got a job. He's making money.
I'm sitting there ripping some 8th grader. By the way, there was an 8th grader Ohio State's looking. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, Dylan Raiola, though, I don't know. And the other one they had there was another overreaction. Chip Kelly instantly transforms Northwestern's offense.
Again, you got to have the bodies.
Yeah, and I don't know about transforms, but I can see raising the floor of he's had, I know some of his NFL stops were kind of maybe a little more hit or miss, but the guy knows offense, man. There's no question about that. And so maybe he could.
And that's a school where he could go back to his old offense, maybe.
Right.
Just run it and keep people on the field and keep people tired. Maybe, he goes back into that, and maybe that gives them a little bit of an edge when they're playing these teams that like to slow the ball down a little bit. But again, you got to be able to move the ball to have that kind of offense.
And here's what they wrote. His most dynamic units, those Oregon teams and the 2024 Ohio State National Championship squad, were built on elite athletes at the skill positions. Northwestern is still Northwestern.
Yeah.
A realistic first step is finishing outside the bottom 5 in Big Ten scoring offense for the first time since 2017.
Oof, been a minute.
Okay. If he does that, does that mean he transformed it? If they finished outside the bottom 5 for the first time in 9 years, would you say that qualifies as transforming?
I think the fans will be happy with that.
I think they would be too.
Yeah, I mean, they're scoring some points and looking like a decent offense.
Yeah.
They'll get behind that. And then they got, RJ Day coming in another year. I mean, there's some excitement.
That's where I would kind of go back on my not transform, but raise the floor.
Yeah.
And I mean, so they bottom 5 of the Big Ten offense since 2017. And I mean, they went 7-6 last year.
Right.
So if their offense was even just a little bit better, they're, maybe you push for 8 or 9
big
wins.
things happening out there. New stadium coming up.
New stadium, that'll open up on a Friday night game too when they do that this year on Fox, as we talked about earlier. But all right, coming up next, Bob Harig is an author who wrote a book called Tiger v. Jack. He's out at the PGA right now. He's written other books too. He's for Sports Illustrated, a long career, lots of knowledge about golf. We will get Bob Harig on the line next, talk to him about his new book and about the PGA Championship. That's next, Morning Juice.
Hey, I know some of you out there are dealing with this pain, and you've been dealing with it so long, it's become a constant in your body, and you begin to think, well, maybe this is just the new normal. Listen, you want to get back to being carefree, being fun, being active, doing the things that you love. Well, that can all start with an introduction to Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics. Their regenerative treatments for joint pain can help you out, and they're located right here in Columbus, in Dublin and Gahanna. They helped me. They helped my father. They got me back to running again with the pain in my knee. It is completely gone now, and I feel tremendous. They're helping patients from their pain, just like me, whether it's arthritis in their knees, hips, shoulders. They're moving, they're sleeping better, they're golfing, running, all the things you want to do. And the best part is, it's without surgery or a long recovery. The science is real. I've researched it. The treatments, they're natural. Your body can heal itself. Let QC Kinetics get them the tools to be able to do that. So don't let that inflammation sit any longer. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
I'm Brianna Albizu, traffic anchor for 10 TV News this morning. Columbus is quickly becoming my home, and this community has welcomed me with open arms. My mission is simple: to help you get to where you're going quickly and safely. Whether it's helping you beat the slowdown on 270 or giving you detours around major construction, we've got you covered. Because when your morning's on the move, so are we. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Head out to the Bryant Heating Cooling System fan guest hotline now. Rachel will be joined by Bob Harig, author, reporter for Sports Illustrated for a long time, covering golf. His new book, Tiger v. Jack, Golf's Great Debate, is out now. Good morning, Bob. I know you're out there just outside of Philly at the PGA Championship. And you've written, obviously, books before about Tiger and Phil and that kind of thing. What about now made it the right time to do the Tiger v. Jack book?
Yeah. Hey, good morning, guys. I appreciate you having me. It sort of started, jumping around in my mind a couple of years ago when I was talking to Jack for another project. And, I started to realize, we were coming up on the 40th anniversary of Jack's last great win, his last win at the 86 Masters. And I started doing the math and realized Tiger's going to be turning 50. And that's just, to me, was a good time to compare them. Going beyond 50 is tough. I mean, it's what you do at that point is not going to be very consequential, although Jack had a great Masters at age 58 in 1998, which I talk about at length in the book. But I just thought that it was a good time to look, and it's amazing how incredible their careers were, how they mirrored each other in a lot of ways, but also how they were different.
Going through this, I'm sure you were able to talk with these guys. How is that? I mean, I know you know them and you've done other projects with them, but getting with Tiger, getting with Jack, like how hard is that to get on their schedule? And how do you work that whole thing when you're putting a book like this together?
Yeah, that part's not easy. Look, Tiger's not going to sit down with an author for a book, so I kind of had to piece it together on his end, and he's talked about a lot of these things over the years. I've been around for his entire career. I have access to a lot of things that he said. And also, in these last couple of years, to be honest, Tiger has just not been around. He has not played. When I started working on this book a couple of years ago, he was barely playing then, and he's playing not at all now, as you know. So, it's that part of it was a struggle. Jack was very gracious. I met with him in his office in Florida early last year, and he was terrific. And he's been terrific on this subject many, many times over the years. I mean, that's the beauty of Jack, is that he has always embraced the various Tiger questions, and with a lot of class. there's not too many people that have been asked about Tiger more than Jack over the years, and always answered those questions quite well. So, got a big shout out to him. And look, Tiger has been great over the years in terms of my own dealings with him too. So that part of it, ended up working out fine.
Bob Harig joins us. His new book, Tiger v. Jack, Golf's Great Debate, out now. Check it out. And as you're going through all of this, and I'm not going to ask you to reveal the ending if this is part of the ending, but were you able to come to a definitive conclusion in your mind on which one is better?
I did come to a conclusion, but it's far from definitive. And I make that point in there how agonizing it is, because I could argue either side. I could argue either guy. If you asked me to argue for Tiger, I could easily do it. If you asked me to argue for Jack, I could easily do it. The accolades, the accomplishments that each put forth make their own argument. But I dove really deep into the numbers, into things like field strength, time when they were competing. I got into things like longevity, which of course that skews towards Jack. I just wrote something live yesterday at the PGA about Adam Scott. This is going to be his 99th consecutive major. At the U.S. Open next month, he'll hit 100, and only one person has ever done that, and that's Jack. Jack got to 142, I believe it was. Jack never missed a major from the Masters in 62 all the way through the 1998 U.S. Open, which is remarkable. And as you know, Tiger has missed a lot of majors. So that's a check mark for Jack. We'll never really know, but Tiger missed a lot of opportunities. He missed a lot of opportunities in his prime. And, would he have inched a little closer if he'd had those? Maybe so.
Well, he's missing another opportunity here this week as you're out there at the PGA Championship. I'm going to mess this up, but Aronimink, is that how we say the course's name? And, can you tell us a little bit about that and what we might expect and who might be, set up perfect for this course?
Yeah, Aronimink, you got that correct. It's it's an old golf course, been around for a long time, but it hasn't had a major since 1962. Gary Player won the PGA in 1962 here at Aronimink, and it's had other tournaments since, like the PGA Tour played its BMW Championship here in 2018, and Keegan Bradley won it. It's a very rainy week. The course was soft, so it's not exactly a great comparison. It's a Donald Ross course. He's a famed architect who built a lot of courses 100 years ago, and it still holds up. It's got these kind of crowned greens. It's hard to say who it's going to favor. I don't know that we have enough history or knowledge of it to say. I think it's fair to say, though, that anybody who hits a lot of greens in a major championship is probably going to do okay. And so like the way that Rory played at the Masters, not driving it well, probably wouldn't work here. Because you can get away with it more at Augusta. You're going to have a harder time getting away with something like that at a traditional golf course like this. And I don't have it seems to me that Scotty Scheffler has been knocking on the door a lot here lately. He's the defending champion, seems to play well on any course. So why wouldn't he do well here too?
Bob Harig joins us here. Follow him on X, on Twitter, at Bob Harig, a longtime writer for SI and author who has his new book out, Tiger v. Jack, Golf's Great Debate. As you were doing your research on this, and I'm sure you've, over the years, have had interesting discussions with people, current players, former players, and whatnot, over, Tiger or Jack, which one's better. Is there a certain, like a golfer you can think of or somebody you talked to that you were surprised at their answer?
I don't know that I was surprised by anybody's answer. I mean, they when they made their arguments, they were logical in my mind, and like I was saying earlier, I think you can argue for either guy. I think where I dispute people is when they say 18 over 15. That's it. No more debate. Well, my response to that is I just spent 80,000 words trying to explain why the debate is very nuanced. It's obviously I got into other things like, why the majors matter and other players who might be in the discussion. But I do think it goes deeper than 18 versus 15. And some people think that 18 is the most important factor. And also, Jack had 19 seconds in majors, which is, we sit here and wonder, could Tiger have gotten to 18 if he'd have been able to play more? Well, couldn't Jack have maybe gotten to 22 or 25 if he converts a few of those second-place finishes? I mean, he had a second-place finish in 1960 when he was 20 years old as an amateur that the U.S. Open that Arnold Palmer won. And then he had another second-place finish at the PGA Championship in 1984. As late as that, he was into his 40s. He was 44 years old. Hal Sutton won the PGA. He also was second in 1982 at the U.S. Open. I mean, my point is Jack had a lot of close calls also, and that number could have easily crept into the 20s. So that's why I say, you can go back and forth on this, and that's why I think it's a great debate and will remain so.
I mean, Jack had 20 at one point, right?
Well, that's if you count the U.S. amateurs.
Right. They used to count those, though, didn't they?
They did. In fact, I note that it's interesting when Jack was on the 18th tee at Augusta in 1986. Pat Summerall, the CBS broadcaster, noted how if he could get this done and win, it'll be his 20th major championship. And I went back and looked, and a lot of outlets referred to it as the 20th major, but some did not, including the Associated Press. There was already this shift of not counting the amateurs. And Jack is unclear as to when it actually changed. And so was Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer had a U.S. amateur, and for the longest time people said he won 8 majors. But pretty much now we give him credit for 7. The other side of this is Tiger won 3 U.S. amps. So, if you want to give him those 3, that puts him to 18 and Jack would be at 20. The other side of it is that really after the early 1930s, we've not had any amateur win a major, one of the professional majors, since 1933. No amateur ever won the Masters. Amateurs can't play in the PGA Championship. So you can kind of see why it evolved. Amateurs don't really compete at this high of a level. They haven't for a long, long time. It's very rare. But that is an interesting part of the whole discussion.
So I got to believe, Bob, it's a big undertaking when you start looking. You got to compare things like, and I don't know how you compared these things, but like the level of competition in the fields that each of them had to face, the equipment differences, the course style differences. Was that how difficult was that to try to break that down and compare the two and try to put them on an even playing field?
Yeah, that's very difficult. It's very difficult to compare eras. How do you compare Babe Ruth to Barry Bonds or even Shohei Ohtani? How do you compare Johnny Unitas, played a completely different level of football, to Tom Brady? The games are just played in different ways with, different players and size and all these things. I mean, I think it's fair to say that athletes just get better over time. They learn more. And that's the same in golf. The level of athlete is stronger. That doesn't necessarily mean the golfers are better, but it's hard to think that golfers of today wouldn't be more competitive in an era 30 or 40 years ago because they have more tools at their disposal. One of the ways I try to look at it is this is one comparison that favors Tiger. There's 7 players in history who've got to 50 PGA Tour wins or more. Tiger was the last to do it. He got there in 2006. Obviously, he's went on to win 32 more, won 82 times. Jack got to 50 in 1973, and within that same month, I believe Billy Casper beat him by a month. So those two guys got to 50 in 1973. Nobody else has done that since Tiger. So there's 7 players who got to 50 wins or more, and 6 of them did it in the early 70s, and nobody since. Like nobody. Roy just got his 6th major. Before him, the last to do that was Phil Mickelson 5 years ago, and before that, the last person to get to 6, other than Tiger, was Nick Faldo in 1996. So and Tiger surpassed it by 9. So the players who got all those majors, most of them did it a long time ago, which to me suggests it's harder to do. It's a lot harder to do today than it was back in that era, just because fields are deeper. We've got more golfers around the world. More people play golf. The pool of talent is just going to be more.
Bob Harig joins us here. We'll get you out on this one, Bob. Bob's new book, Tiger v. Jack, Golf's Great Debate, out now. Go check it out. Longtime reporter for Sports Illustrated. Is your next book going to be MJ versus LeBron?
Yeah, you know what? That's a pretty good debate too, right? And I would think that some of those same things that you struggle with in this would be part of that story, because how do you compare eras? The style of NBA today is different than when Michael Jordan played, and so is the competition. And look, that's the debate too. I think you could argue for either player and not necessarily be wrong, and you're going to have people on both sides who will not believe the other side. They will just absolutely are going to say it's LeBron or it's Michael. And I found the same with Tiger and Jack. You're going to have some people who just are set, and that's fine. But I also think if they don't want to engage a little bit, they take some of the fun out of it, and that's sort of the purpose.
Is there an audiobook available of this?
Yes, there is.
Did you read it?
Thankfully, it wasn't me who did the audio. No, that would have been. That's really hard to do, believe it or not. So the guy who did it, Adam Barr, he's got a great broadcasting voice. So I'm really glad it was not me.
Go find it right now. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any place, Target, any place you get the books, any place you get books, and go check it out. It is Tiger v. Jack, Golf's Great Debate. Appreciate the time, Bob. Enjoy the PGA Championship. We'll talk again soon.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for having me, guys. Have a good day.
You bet. That was Bob Harig. It really, look, it's got to be tough to look at that and try to break down. And I'm curious what his final thought was, like when he had to give the nod to one or the other.
I think your question about, the distances have changed, golf courses have got longer. I know technology has come along with the drivers and everything else, but it would be really hard to put all that together and come up with something. You almost have to go off of major victory. That's like the one thing.
And everyone back then a lot of people were like Luka. They were out there smoking on the course. They were out there, like they didn't take care of their bodies.
No.
You know what I mean? And so the way they do it now is so different.
Yeah.
Like look how Tiger's built versus the guys who won tournaments back in the 60s and 70s. I mean, hell, they made fun of Jack calling him fat. It was like they would call Jack fat back then. But he's still got
heaters walking down the fairway.
Yes, and so it's so I can't wait for I'm going to check that.
I
book
wonder
out,
who
though.
the next Tiger v. who.
Right, yeah, we'll be the next one to do it.
Scheffler, is he going to be able to stick around long enough?
Right, it could be that. You're right. Good call on that one. So thank you to Bob for joining us. So go follow him on Twitter and check him out there. Coming up next, we will wrap things up and tell you what's got us juice. Morning Juice.
Hey, everybody, it's Berm here. Jeremy Birmingham from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. Last year, I heard Austin's 40 by the 4th message just like everybody else, and I remember thinking to myself, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then I did what a lot of people do. Nothing. And that's why I like Reclaim by Awaken 180 so much now, because it's really about finally taking the advice of people who've actually done it and gotten real results. This is not people guessing. This is not people talking. People who've been there, who I finally listened to. And I dropped 35 pounds in just 7 weeks with Awaken 180. Then I lost 5 more in free maintenance mode. That's why this hits different for me now. Reclaim by Awaken 180 gives you a clear plan, a defined window, and a real finish line. And if you want a powerful goal inside that window, 40 by the 4th is right there. It's not eventually. It's not one of these days. It's right now. So maybe this year, you do what I should have done last year. Go to awaken180weightloss.com. 844-346-1800. Awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm Meredith Garfalo, meteorologist at 10 TV News This Morning, and I'm an Ohio girl. I love golf, aerospace, and all things Ohio sports. For nearly 20 years, I've studied the patterns that shape our days, from winter wonders on the south side to dangerous storms along the I-71 corridor. When the weather changes, you'll be the first to know, because you need a forecast that moves as fast as you do. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at mda.org today.
Statistics show that roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every day in the United States. Canines for Warriors is the leading nonprofit organization providing highly trained service dogs to veterans with PTSD and other invisible wounds of war. Backed by scientific research, Canines for Warriors has transformed the lives of more than 1,000 veterans, helping them reclaim their independence. To find out more, please visit caninesforwarriors.org.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, final segment of the program. Thank you to Bob Harig for joining us. Follow him at Bob Harig on Twitter. Go check out the book, Tiger v. Jack. Perfect time. Be reading that, or in my case, maybe listening to it.
Listening, yes.
Those big words I don't understand. I take them as disrespect. I often, when I see celebrities, or anybody actually, with their babies' names, I wonder how much pressure you're putting on them. If you name your kid Jesus, which is really Jesus, or King, you know, if you give them names like that. Jeffrey with a GEO, God, forget about that. But if you're JEFF, there's a lot of pressure.
I saw this story yesterday. I thought it was amazing.
LaMelo Ball,
which is the youngest.
Which one's LiAngelo? LiAngelo is the middle.
The middle, I think.
I thought so too. Yeah.
Oh,
and Lonzo's the oldest, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Wasn't LiAngelo the one that?
He had a rap career for a little bit.
Yeah, wasn't he the one that his dad said would be the best of the bunch? Did he say LaMelo would be the best? It was when he said
I
be the
can't
best.
remember. He said a lot of things. He said a lot of things over the years, Tito.
They were going to be 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Step aside Michael and LeBron. That's just with the Ball brothers. That's the debate.
What was it? Big Baller brand.
Big Baller brand. Yes.
Yep.
Of course, LaMelo married a woman named Anna Montana. I'm sorry, girlfriend. Partner. Okay, yes. Anna Montana.
The story just keeps getting better.
Anna
the
Montana.
gift that keeps on giving.
So when you look at the, by the way, first Monday Night Football game, Broncos Chiefs. Schefter just reported that one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's like, is that going to be a Bo Nix-less Patrick Mahomes?
Is that going to be Justin
Fields?
Could be. Yeah, it could be. Both of them could be out. Yeah, you're right. We'll dive into that maybe tomorrow. Yes. Okay, so Anna Montana. If you name your kid Anna Montana, okay, when she was born, would that have been around the time Hannah Montana was big?
Oh.
Like how long ago was Hannah Montana a big thing?
Let's say
I'd say probably about 20 years ago.
So it's possible.
Yeah. Let's see when the show aired.
But it's Anna, not Hannah.
Right, but still,
just a
it's
play
like,
on it.
Yeah,
just
it's a play on it,
good.
right? Yeah.
Only 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb. That seems wrong. So the first episode, it was 4 seasons from March no, today's May, never mind. March 24th, 2006.
So it's 20 years.
To 2010. So
probably not. I guess she's older than 20.
If she was, you're guessing she's at least 20.
That'd be a pretty quick one. Anyway, nonetheless. Anna Montana. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, she's 37. She's
is she really? Oh, maybe Hannah Montana was named.
He's like 23 or something, isn't he?
Look at him.
20, I know.
He was in
I
the
was like
21
older ladies,
draft.
too.
Or 2020 draft. How old
was he?
Malone?
Okay.
24, yeah. So.
Oh, yeah, that's a little
for
gap
him.
there, yeah. So maybe Hannah Montana was named after Anna Montana.
Yeah.
Now we got a lawsuit.
Can't roll it out.
Anyway, Anna and LaMelo had a baby. Named, it's a son named LaOne. L-A-O-N-E. Now.
And the O is capitalized, right?
The O is capitalized. Of course it is.
Of course.
You got to do that. Yeah. The O-neaters.
He wouldn't have the same effect if not.
Yes. LaOne.
LeBron
Yeah, I'm gonna say that was on my top 5 when I had kids.
Arthur or LaOne? Oh, tough one here.
Janie or the one?
Yeah. So would have been more pressure if it was LAWON, like that kind of one, or is it more pressure being ONE?
I think ONE because like you're the one.
Yeah, I would say so too.
But if you don't win anything, you're like, oh, we call you the one. You don't win anything.
Yeah.
But if you're
Listen,
LAW,
both come with some
they do,
and both are equally bad.
expectations.
Any chance they name the next son Latu?
Just keep it simple.
Right.
Keep
Why
it
not?
simple, stupid.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Hey, 2, come over here.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Good for him.
I always told my buddy when he had his son, I wanted to name his kid L-E-L, like the Spanish for the. His last name is Boothby. Just be called the Boothby.
The Boothby.
L. Boothby. The Boothby. That's what you got to be. You think about this pressure on that, too. Why not?
Yeah.
The.
doubt.
Or L.
What is anything else on the table other than Arthur?
I don't really think so. It was after her father.
Okay, so you guys had something in mind.
Or after his father. We don't know. No, after her father. After my wife's father. Yes, that's what it was. So, Arthur was the only. The funny thing is, like, we have Arthur and Charlotte. When we named Charlotte, we thought we would call her Charlie. And we never did.
All right.
She's always been Charlotte. We thought we would call Arthur just Arthur, and we call him Artie all the time.
Yeah.
So we got it mixed up on that one. And
we don't have any nicknames for ours. We just went names.
Well, we made the mistake of also naming my daughter after a city, which normally means you're center stage at some point, which I don't want to have happen. But like if you name your daughter after a city, that's usually what happens.
I had never thought of that.
Yeah, so neither. I'm glad I didn't.
Think about it going forward. Stay in school, kids. All right, let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. For all your roofing, gutter, or siding needs, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Sources have told me today is Tuesday. That would mean Schlegs leads us off.
If Ohio State came calling like, hey, we want you to be the next AD, listen, I'm game. Okay, I don't need a lot. My farm down around town, real easy commute into the city. But I just need Monster and a whiteboard. And guess what? GSD, baby. I can fundraise and talk to people with the best of them.
I think if Schlegs was the Ohio State athletic director in recent years, none of this conference realignment nonsense would have happened. He would have just said, no, here's what we're going to do.
And there'd be a huge Monster sign on the shoe.
That's it. The Ohio Stadium, sponsored
brought
by
to you by Monster Energy
The Ohio
Drink.
State football field turf, sponsored by Monster.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe Waffle House, too, in there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, got a few things for you here. Going to be back with you on a Tuesday. Anytime you start the work week off one day later after Mondays, it's a pretty good start there. I did see this morning. Didn't catch much of the Cavs game last night. Super juiced about the Cavs, Tito. That's who we're going to talk about moving forward. The Cleveland Cavaliers. No other NBA teams. I saw this morning. Speaking of juice, I came across this. Didn't catch much of the game last night. Honestly, was pretty tired, so just headed to bed. When I see an 8 o'clock tip-off time and I know I'm not going to catch any of the second half, I'm just like, you know what, man? Why even bother? I'm just going to go to bed.
I do that all the time.
But
I'm not going to finish this. Why even try?
Yeah, and I saw this clip and I was like, well, this feels pretty fitting for this show right here.
Wrong here. The Struce is loose with the juice.
The Struce is loose with the juice.
I love it.
I admittedly don't recognize that voice. I'm not sure who that was on the call last night, but that was fantastic. I mean, look. I think if it can be referenced in an NBA playoff game, it should be a fan poll, Tito, but that decision's above my pay grade, unfortunately. But other than that, though, had a good 3-day weekend, got to spend some time with Mom on Sunday, and that was great. Hung out with the cat a lot.
The cat sitting, yeah.
That was, thank God my sister and brother-in-law get back later on this afternoon, so I am relieved of my cat watching duties. Hopefully, let's not have any sort of plane delays or flight delays or anything like that, because I'm kind of ready to tap out on that one, at least for now.
I mean, are cats hard to take care of?
Not really.
I've
but
never had one.
The drive is much more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's out in Grove City. It's 30 minutes from my apartment in New Albany, and that just
Gotcha.
it's just it's out of my way. I'm just going to be very honest. I love her to death.
I don't go through Grove City on the way to the
do
station.
anything to help her, but it's just it's not the most convenient thing, if I'm being honest. But did knock out a bunch of Game of Thrones, so that'll be exciting to once Carp's back tomorrow. Dive into that. I was texting.
Is that your first time watching, or are you rewatching?
First time.
Ooh,
have you
okay.
seen it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say major spoiler alert if anybody still wants to watch the show or whatever. Well, Jon Snow just got betrayed. Although they felt like he was a betrayer, but I don't know. I feel like he was just trying to save lives, Jay-Z, and
just trying to help.
Thorne and the rest of the boys said this one's for the night watch. And about half a dozen stabs to the gut. That'll do it, man.
Yeah, that'll do it to
That's
you.
where we sit, unfortunately.
At least in most cases, it will.
Yeah. So that all has me juiced on this Tuesday. Jay-Z.
Oh.
Birthday. Happy birthday.
So I made it through another year. So I guess I'm juiced about that. We'll see how the next one goes. But I got a nice little day today. I'm going to do a little live show at the Roosters at 11:15. So I'll get my dinner. My birthday dinner from Roosters when I do that. And then I'm going to go hit the links today and got this new driver.
The mini driver.
No, I didn't get the mini driver, but I got Callaway came out with this for the 250th
the one you
year.
said, yeah.
I didn't take the plastic off for a week. I told my wife I'm just going to have it in my bag. But I did hit it Friday, and it was awesome. So I'm hoping to dial that in a little bit more today, but just get out, get some sunshine, and get some fresh air, and enjoy the first day of 43, which my mom said I'm not actually 43 until 12:56.
Oh, wow.
Which I did not know that.
I can't ask my mom when I was born because she's dead.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So,
and then I laugh when you're like, my mom's dead.
listen. I told this to my wife yesterday. I have honored my mom the best way possible by being a smart ass and making some people feel awkward and uncomfortable.
She would expect nothing else out of you, I'm sure. Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. I did it yesterday with I did it on Friday with you and Carp. Or Bodie, no, with Jay-Z.
Because we talked about the Mother's Day thing.
Yes, I brought it up, Jeff from his middle half said he now regrets naming his daughter Obets. That's fair. That she should have done that in all likelihood. I guess second place on my list is probably Van Wert Thitoff, but we didn't do that. Bodie, and I'm not encouraging this, but if you ever want to stop watching the cat, just do something that makes you not responsible enough to watch the cat.
Yeah, but
he's got to deal with his sister, Matt Adam.
First off that, and I don't know. I try to have some good karma in life, Tito. You never know when you're going to need it.
Just take the cat to your house.
That is not happening.
No?
I'm just going to be real honest with you. There's not going to be kitty litter in my apartment. I love the cat. I like cats. More of a dog person. No question about that. But, yeah, that's...
no kitty litter.
That ain't gonna happen. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. That's not on the table, JC. That's not an option.
Bad karma. What's going to happen? You could be 55 years old, work at a 6 a.m. radio show, and then have 3 other jobs. That's the worst guy with bad karma. Anyway, that's what happened with the turtle the one time. I've told that story when the guy across the street asked me to watch his son's turtle while they were on vacation for 2 weeks.
You just killed it?
And like day 2, the turtle dies. And I have no way of getting a hold of the guy. Like, I didn't have a cell phone number or anything. And I didn't know what to do with it.
Welcome home.
So
I kept it on ice.
Like they told me, they had the turtle ever since this kid was born. It was like the kid was 9 or 10. So he's had the turtle ever since.
Good life? Had a good run?
Life expense.
I don't know. But
I bet
I'm sitting there for 2 weeks almost, sweating out how I'm going to tell this guy, hey, the turtle you and I did everything you told me to do, died. I didn't know what to do with the body.
Turtle soup?
No, but so I didn't do anything with it till they got home.
I bury it.
The basement smelled so bad where the turtle was.
Oh, yeah.
But I couldn't call the guy and say,
hey, wrap it up in a towel and throw it down in the basement?
No, I had that's where I had the cage and they did lighting all. Anyway, so I did that. And like I say, day 2, the turtle dies. And I'm feeling terrible. He talks about how much this turtle meant to us. Oh, yeah, please, it means a lot and all this stuff. They get home and I said, hey, I got some bad news.
You guys had a nice trip.
Right. He said, did the turtle die? And I said, yeah. He said, yeah, he was kind of on his last legs.
He was on his way out?
Yeah, he's on his last legs.
Gotta give me some heads up.
You could have told me that. Yeah. I spent for 2 weeks wondering, how am I going to tell these people this with a smelly basement that I really couldn't go down in? Not saying do that to Sprinkles. What's his name again?
Banks. Yeah, Banks the black cat.
Yeah.
While smaller pet turtles often live 20 to 50 years.
Exactly.
So, Tito, you were you did a bad job.
I know. I
killed that turtle.
Right.
Many tortoise species can live well over 100 years.
Yes.
And this guy got 9
that?
because of you.
What are the turtles figured out that we as the human race are still trying to nail down? Over 100 years. That's there you go.
Move slow and eat green.
That makes you, by the way, I want every parent out there listening, just, pause before saying, hey, maybe Tito watch kids for a couple hours while we go do this. Now, you know what?
Maybe you can watch my kids.
Don't have a good track record, yeah.
Yeah. What else has me juiced? The schedule releasing, Denver, Kansas City, by the way. Want to make sure I get this right. They have not announced who the home team will be yet.
Okay.
It's just going to be Denver, Kansas City, first Monday night game.
I would guess Denver, right? Coming off the AFC Championship game appearance.
Probably.
No Patrick Mahomes yet.
Probably, yeah.
Well, I
but
guess.
maybe not. We don't know.
Mahomes could come back, I guess, yeah.
Mahomes are saying he's ahead of schedule.
Yeah, he tore his ACL, though, late in the year. Wasn't it like November?
Yeah, I think it was.
That was.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, these guys come back from injuries.
That's true, yeah.
So fast, but
ACL, they just put you down, used to be. They don't do it anymore. Now they actually fix
that
the knee.
and Tommy John, and now people are having Tommy John for, just to get faster.
Right.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and just do the surgery?
Yeah, I'll just do the surgery. I'll come back.
4 years from now, I'm going to need it.
Yeah.
Hey, LaJuan, welcome to the world. Let's get that tendon out. Let's switch it around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tore his ACL on December 14th.
Oh, wow.
Even later.
That would be a very quick turnaround.
It would be. It would be. So that right there, and then Bo Nix still we're not sure about, which is kind of surprised why they put that game first, unless they are very confident.
Yeah, unless they know one of them.
At least one of them will be back. They must be very confident in that.
Hey, first Monday night game, 2 backups.
Right.
Here we
Who's
go.
the backup? Justin Fields in Kansas City.
Yeah, and then
no idea.
Russell Wilson Stidham still, is it? I think he was on Denver.
Russell Wilson, that's a good one.
Let's see here. It says Stidham.
Stidham,
yeah. Jared
Sam
Stidham
Ellinger. There you go. Texas legend.
Oh, wow.
That could.
Looking at that list of bad quarterback rooms,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's one of them right there.
Playing in the NFL?
Yeah, like, what is happening?
Right. So they did have Nathan Peterman in for a tryout in the rookie minicamp that just wrapped up. So
now we're talking.
Rookie minicamp early, yeah. So get Nathan Peterman out there. At least you'll have turnovers. Excitement.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's like having our boy out there from the Giants, who was there, I can't remember. The quarterback.
Jameis.
Jameis Winston.
No,
yes.
Yeah.
Like having Winston out there. Right.
It is entertaining.
It's not supposed to be a clean game. It's for us, the fans, and it's supposed to be entertaining.
Thank you again to Bob Harig for joining us. We appreciate that. Tiger v. Jack, golf's great debate. Go check that out. Anywhere you get your books, audiobooks, or for the smart people, the ones that actually read those books as well. We are back tomorrow. Thank you.